Hello, and welcome back to another GoldMine 101, our regular series of short presentations giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of GoldMine CRM. And this session is part two of two on automated processes. So just to recap, automated processes in GoldMine CRM, predefined sequence of actions that execute automatically based on specific triggers and conditions, and they really can help you get extra productivity out of GoldMine and help streamline any workflows and business processes there. Key benefits, saving you time, all right? So eliminates repetitive tasks. So if you're doing anything on a repetitive basis, that could be a candidate for automating it with APs, automated processes. Consistency, it's just going to ensure standardized actions on certain things across your organization. Improve follow-up, making sure nothing falls through the cracks. Improve customer service, making sure that people respond in the right way at the right time frame with the right kind of action. And reducing human error, anything that can be automated could potentially be a little bit better than relying on people to remember things or doing things manually. And really think of it like getting a free sales administrator for your GoldMine system that's working for you, unpaid, working for you 24/7, just looking for things to do and updating your system. So in the last session, if you caught that, if you didn't catch our last session, which was about a couple of weeks ago, you'll catch that on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, do a search for Wizard Systems. You'll see it up there and in a GoldMine playlist. And in the last session, I covered how to create the processes. All right. And that's one part of the whole process, showing you the two main components of an automated process, basically the triggers and next the action. So GoldMine is looking for triggers, and if the trigger condition is met, bang, the action takes place. In this session, I'm going to cover how you attach a process to a record, because nothing's going to happen. You create a process, nothing's going to happen until you A, attach it to a record, and B, have the system kind of go through and look for jobs to do, the actual sort of execution part of automated processes. That's what we're going to essentially cover in this session. So hello, I'm Tim Wilmot, and my company, Wizard Systems, we're a specialist CRM solutions provider, and we help out mainly small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales productivity, marketing and customer service through the use of simple and affordable solutions like GoldMine. Now, the audio part of this presentation, this call is one way only. If you've got a question on APs, automated processes, please pop that into the question section. I'll do my best to answer that at the end. Probably best to type them in as you think of them. And also at the end, I'll give you an update on any GoldMine news for you as of mid to late November 2024. Just a quick recap, Wizard Systems. I know most of you on the call here live will be familiar with Wizard Systems, but we're a long-standing provider of GoldMine CRM, well over a 30-year association with GoldMine, and we've been implementing it into many different types of organizations. Now, as a leading CRM solutions provider, we do actually provide a number of different CRM solutions, not just GoldMine. So the key benefit there is if your needs change, if you think GoldMine is not quite hacking it for you, and you need to review your CRM strategy going forwards. Wizard Systems, we do provide a number of very different CRM solutions, all very different in what they do, very different from GoldMine, what they do, how you access them, how you pay for them, and so on. So if you're thinking about reviewing your CRM and GoldMine, give us a call. But as regards GoldMine, we are a one-stop shop, as indeed we are for all of our other CRM solutions as well. You've only got one supplier to deal with. We handle the whole thing for you, providing the product, setting it up for you, providing the training, and all the ongoing support and training that you need. Okay, let's dive into part 2 then. How to, so you've created your lovely new process. How do you attach that to a contact record, or contact records? Could be plural. Well, there's actually about 5 ways of attaching, 5 different ways of attaching a process to a record. First of all, against a contact record here, on your contact tab bar, you can display the processes tab, and that will show you the one or many processes that currently are attached to this record. And the next thing within that process, think of all those different events that build up a process. What's the next thing in that process that's going to take place? To attach another process here, if you wanted to, a user could right click. Remember, the right hand mouse button is used quite a lot in GoldMine. And from your little local menu here, you've got there right at the top, attach a process. So you could attach a process there, select it. You might have processes sorted by user. We've got the code as well for easy sorting, but select your process, click OK, job done. That's now attached to that record. Other ways, from the tools menu down to automated processes and assign process, slightly different terminology. It's the same thing. All right, there we are, same menu, as you can see. Attach it to that record. The other thing is, the third way is that an automated process, as part of one of its actions, can also attach another process. It can sort of branch off. You think about the roots of a tree going down through sequence of actions. It might suddenly decide, well, actually, against this record, I need to apply a new process for whatever reason it might be. So let me just go back to my automated processes center here that we went through on our last call. And if I double click here, go through a process and just go through to adding a new event, click new here. There's my action. So whatever the trigger might be, action might be down here somewhere. Add a new process. There you go. Another automated process. That's the third option. Another way. So you could have also in your process options. Let me just go back here. Yeah, this one down here. Do you see that last one there? Attach this process to all new contact records. But note, this option is only available for one process. Out of all of your processes that you might merrily create, this can only be done to one of them, all right? So typically, this would, so just think about this. So this would attach like a main process to all records that you or your users create. A bit like, I would call it a bit like an observer process. So it's going to be added to every new record that you create. So every sales lead, sales inquiry you create. And it's going to remain attached to that record for the entire lifetime of that record until you maybe delete the record. So it will there be sat there just looking for things to do. And this is where you might capitalize on the option of a process to jump over to another process and trigger that a whole new sequence of actions. So this observer process is there and it's primed, ready to dive off into other processes should a trigger condition be met. For example, when we create a new inquiry and hopefully we make a sale to this new inquiry, so they then become a customer, maybe you have a customer sales process. So some sort of sequence of things that you like doing to all of your new customers. Well, and that would be branching off into another process, you might, whatever you call it, new customer process and then it might come back again. That observer process is always there against that record. Okay. And the other thing, the last way in which you can attach a record, let me just cancel there. The last way in which you can attach a record is the execution. So this is the final part of the whole automated process story, the execution. So from my tools menu there, add some automated processes and execute processes. A bit of a nasty word, but that's what it's going to do. It's going to run through one or many or all of your contact records and look at all of those automated processes that are attached to that record and looking for the next step in that process and the trigger condition. Is the trigger condition met? Yes, then the action takes place. But right down the bottom here, that's another way from this execution menu. This is another way of attaching a process to your sample record. So I can again select it from there if I want to. So we're here. This is the execution of it, and you can also have server agents automatically scanning the system for every you decide on the frequency. I would guess typically you'd want automated processes to be running at least once a day, maybe first thing in the morning. Okay, so server agents will be making sure that automated processes as a GoldMine service is being run for you automatically. But if I just want to now go in once and just action on all of those processes, I just click on this. So I've selected all contact records. You could fine tune it, drill down into a particular filter, but I got all contact records. I'm scanning once. I'm not going to scan continuously. You could use that option, but server agents might be a smarter way to go. And just click on process and off it goes, basically in the background there. There we go. Bang, 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 bang. It's just looking for things to do. So that, let me just stop that actually. There we go. Stop that. Right. So that's the end of the automated process story. So on our first event, we went through the actual creation of the processes. Just really an overview. All right. So this is not meant to be an in-depth training session. If you do want extra advice on automated processes and whether they're relevant for you, and you want a bit of instruction or help in creating them, I would highly recommend that you consult with Wizard Systems as your GoldMine partner to assist you and advise you on setting up automated processes. And truly, if you do have things that can be automated in this way, it's really, it is honestly going to improve your productivity with the GoldMine product. Right, so that's automated processes, the attaching of processes, the execution of those processes. I'd now be happy to answer any questions that you've got, particularly on the automated process feature. We had a few on our last session. Right, so question from Trevor. We've got remote sites. How do things get triggered there? Well, okay, let's just think about this. So think about these triggers and actions. So when you're synchronizing, so if you've got a physically separate site and you're using GoldMine synchronization to, I guess you're using GoldMine synchronization to bring all the data together, then any updates to records, they come back to the main mother site, the main office, the main location. And so those amendments to records will get triggered there. If you want to, normally I would say, if you've got remote sites, if it's another office, Trevor, you may want to have automated processes running there. And there's a few ways of making sure that they are being triggered there, for example, for new records. I would say if you've got remote sites, make sure that automated processes are being run at the main site, not all over the place. I'm just thinking through that there could be maybe little issues occurring if you've got lots of different sites and you wouldn't allow users. You wouldn't let a remote user on a laptop run their own automated processes. Typically, it's done at the main site. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Valerie, can automated processes help me track sales team performance automatically? Can automated process help me track sales team performance automatically? Well, it's sort of in a way. GoldMine's automated process can generate performance reports, not true scheduling of reports, but it could print out reports for you. Of course, anything that users are doing as regards their sales activities and other metrics like number of calls, completed sales, conversion rates, or whatever you're doing. So yeah, normal reports can do that. So you've got dashboards and reports in GoldMine. There are some third-party reporting tools that allow you to schedule reports based on metrics in GoldMine. For example, Microsoft Power BI, which we have covered on a previous 101 session. So it could be, we'll contact you, Valerie, after this call just to make sure we advise you properly. Will, how can I prevent ordinary users from attaching processes? Well, that's on that. When you create the process, one of the options, there's like 6 or 7 checkboxes. Can it do this? Can't it do that? Whatever. One of them is, will you allow users to attach this process to a record? I would say most of the time you wouldn't allow users to attach a record. You want the system, going back to what I mentioned earlier about that main observer track. Okay. And that's the thing that's deciding, shall I attach a process and shoot off and go off on a tangent, running off different processes like that welcome customer process. So that's how you do it. You just make sure. I think it's actually it might be unchecked automatically. So there is a checkbox there to allow users to attach that process. Okay, right. Next question. Oh, I think that was. It just see, Tanya, do you have a question? I can't actually see it. Okay, well, Tanya, we'll get back to you after this call. Right, so hopefully that was of interest to you. Latest news as of mid to late November 2024. Latest release of GoldMine is 2024.4. Now, before you upgrade your GoldMine, make sure you contact Wizard Systems to verify that what you're upgrading from and what you're upgrading to, everything's going to work for you as regards add-ons and any customizations you've got, any integrations you've got. So please do not upgrade. It is quite easy for you to download that upgrade if you've got a maintenance contract. This is the only way of getting upgrades to GoldMine, making sure you've got a GoldMine maintenance contract. You can get that from Wizard Systems, but please do not upgrade until you consult with Wizard Systems as regards the appropriateness of the upgrade and making sure everything is going to work as regards your setup there. So do that first of all, because you can't really undo an upgrade. All right. So we know what we're doing. So please contact Wizard Systems. Do you fancy a CRM review there? Do you want to review GoldMine? Are you looking at other things, other CRM systems, or you want to go in the cloud or whatever it might be? We've got loads of different options for you. Maybe you're running an old version of GoldMine. So yeah, we do offer these free reviews, and normally they're done via an online call, Zoom or Teams, and at a time to suit you. And yeah, we'll basically get everything out on the table and just see how you're using GoldMine, and then come up with a plan going forwards for the next 6 months, the next 12 months and beyond, so that you know where you're going with CRM. Okay, so contact any of us at Wizard Systems if you want a free review. And if you've got any suggestions for future topics around GoldMine that you would like us to cover that would be of interest to other GoldMine users out there, please drop us a line. I'm Tim at wizard-systems.com. Love to consider those. Well, thanks very much. Those of you on here live, or if you're watching a recording, thanks very much. If you need any help with GoldMine, then please contact us at Wizard Systems. You can see a number of different ways of contacting us there. There's our YouTube link there, Wizard Systems or at Wizard Systems, and you'll see hundreds of GoldMine videos up there, and the recordings of previous 101 sessions, and indeed part one of this two-part presentation on automated processes. So if you haven't had to go with automated processes, give it a go, but consult with Wizard Systems first of all, and we want to make sure you get the most out of GoldMine. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll speak to you on the next GoldMine event. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.